thank you so much for coming out to the Patrick Marsh Orchestra concert, first concert of the year. We really appreciate you coming here, bringing your students, supporting your students. My name is Mr. Kuhn. I am the 6th grade orchestra teacher at Patrick Marsh. I'm not going to talk your ear off too much. I'm going to try not to talk your ear off too much tonight because you're here for them, not for me. So we will start with our first piece of music. Aren't they awesome? That was great. So that was a little piece of music I wrote to kick off our orchestra blast-off, our before the school year event. It was just called 6th grade orchestra piece. So I had them all vote on a name. There's some really funny names in there, including, which the one I was hoping would win, Hot Cross Buns 2.0. It's a great name. But they voted on a simple harmony, and the funny thing is that there actually wasn't any harmony in it. So I had to add the beginning because there's just oh, they named it, I gotta change it. Okay. So our next piece is called First Scale March. It's our very first piece where we're playing in multiple parts, where we have 4 different unique parts. So it was a big challenge, but I think you're gonna really like it. I don't want to be redundant, but aren't they awesome? This is great. So, oh, okay, yeah. All right, more announcements here. So we do actually have a Patrick Marsh alum joining us on bass tonight, Alex Reinen. So thank you for Alex for joining us for this concert here. So it's a big transition. It's our very first concert, orchestra concert ever, right? So we had to learn a lot of stuff. We had to learn, okay, how do I get around the high school? What door do I go through? Where do I sit? We learned the very important, right before the song starts, the I'm out of tune, Mr. Coon signal. Can you show me that? Everyone do that. Do the out of tune signal with your bow. So that way I know they lock eyes with me and do this. And it's like, oh, okay, I'll help you out. But we also are learning about, again, music is about sharing it with people. It's not about, will I play everything right, but it's about, we worked on something really hard, and there's a lot of people here supporting us, and we're here to give that to them. So thank you for being here. Before we play our last tune, I was just thinking, because this is their very first concert, we should document this. So I'm going to get out of the way for a second. I want you all to stand up, and I want everyone in the audience, take your phone out, take a picture. Put it on social media or email it to your orchestra teacher, anything. Take a picture of just to document this experience. So everyone, stand up, stand up. In the audience, take your phone out, take a picture. I didn't tell him I was going to do that, just so you know. So we're going to play our last song, which is called Impulse. Very intense way to end our sixth grade portion. Then what's going to happen is we have a little transition here as some sixth graders leave, some sixth graders stay for a fiddle club. We'll play, and then seventh grade. And that'll be the conclusion of the concert. All right, last tune, Impulse. Just kidding. All right, if you were in fiddle club, stay here. If not, fellas, you're going to go Hello, hello. Thank you for your patience. We just need a few seventh graders to come out for our fiddle club, and our sixth grade is just filing out here. We just sent a sixth grader on a mission to get the other students, so thank you again for your patience. All right, I think we're rocking and we're rolling. So, Fiddle Club is an after-school club with a combination of sixth and seventh graders who just can't get enough orchestra in their lives, so they have to come after school on Mondays. We do a variety of more challenging music, different styles of music. So we have two selections for you tonight. One called The Great Times Are Comin', in a kind of pseudo-spiritual sort of style. And then we have a fiddle tune called Ode Old Joe Clark with a little bit of a twist. All right, here we go.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Mr. Sandville, and in front of you, you have the 7th grade orchestra at Patrick Marsh. Please welcome them to the stage. Now, it's probably pretty odd that we're not having our concert at Patrick Marsh, but to make sure that we could allow proper spacing for all of our audience members, we made sure that we had a location that was able to allow that. Also, it is just at least a little bit fitting that for most of these students, the last concert that they had was on this stage in 5th grade for their very first 5th grade orchestra concert. So why not have their first official 7th grade orchestra concert on the same exact stage? Pretty exciting stuff. All right, so we are going to get started with Joust. It was a really fun piece of music that just has a lot of energy, working on some dynamics, making sure we can play loud and soft as an entire orchestra together. When we are done with that one, we will work our way into the next one, which is called the Ash Grove, which was a bit of a trickier one for us to handle just because it is so smooth, it is very slow, which was a lot for us to handle, but they did a very nice job on it. So I hope you enjoy these first 2 pieces of music, Joust and the Ash Grove. All right, that one makes our back hurt a little bit. So I'm going to do a little bit of talking, and they begged me to tell you some jokes. So guess what? I'm not going to tell you any jokes. Haha, got you there. I wanted to take a very quick moment and acknowledge some of these really, really fine musicians up on this stage. Some of these students go above and beyond, and it is so great to see. Some of these students choose to come in during their lunch recess. They choose to come in before school. There are even some students that come after school to stay and practice and play their instrument just so that they can develop their skills even more. And it is so amazing. I'd like to give a very quick round of applause for some of those students. Nice job, folks. In addition to that, some 7th graders were given the opportunity to be a mentor to some of our newest orchestra students in 5th grade. We had, it was somewhere 10, 11 of our 7th graders that were willing to help with that. Could I have those brave music mentors please stand so the audience can see who you are? Yes, thank you so much. You can sit down, thank you. The next thing that we have coming up for our Patrick Marsh Orchestra stuff is in February, we will have what's called Solo and Ensemble. This is put up through WSMA and it'll be hosted at Patrick Marsh. So I would love to invite some of these 7th graders and 6th graders to participate by either playing a solo or an ensemble piece for a judge that we hire in to give really, really good feedback for these students and then provide them next steps to continue to grow musically. You will notice that I sent an email out to all of you that provides some information for how to sign up. Some students have hard copy forms that they can sign. Otherwise, there is a Google form that you can fill out online. You will be able to fill that out hopefully in a timely manner so that we can get that up and running as well. In addition to having performers for solo and ensemble, I would love to welcome any and all parents or family members who would be willing to volunteer at the event as well. Since it is held at Patrick Marsh, we are looking for people to be willing to be door monitors, donate some food or beverage for our judges so that they can have their judges' lunch and be able to make sure that these judges are feeling pretty good so they give our students really good feedback. Okay? There are some forms out by the doors. If you would like to pick up a volunteer form, you can pick that up on the way out. Last but of course not least, I'd like to give a big thank you to all of you who are out here. I know that the times are a little bit scary right now, so thank you so much for attending our concert live or via the live stream. We love having as many of us be able to perform for as many of you as possible, so thank you so much for taking this trip out. We would definitely love to thank the PAC crew. They have been tremendous. They have allowed us to just basically come here, bring the materials, and say, all right, we're ready to go. So if it wasn't for them, Mr. Kuhn and I would definitely be a lot more frantic trying to make sure that everything is up and running and ready to go. I would like to thank the orchestra teachers. We have Mrs. Barnard here helping to tune our instruments today. Without her, it would have been a big mess. And of course, Mr. Marjama, Mrs. Markley, and we have Mrs. Mertzenich as well on staff. It's been great getting to work with them, continuing to get this entire orchestra program as one big family. I'd also like to send a big thank you to our administration for continuing to appreciate all of our music in our schools. Without you, this would be a lot harder. So thank you, everyone. Let's give a big round of applause for all of those folks. Okay, I think I talked long enough, and I think their bodies are ready to go. Here is a very fun and familiar one that I'm sure all of you recognize. Here is, to wrap up our concert this evening, Frosty the Snowman.